Hello, Jesper here. Welcome to my second devlog of Nightmares. Today we are looking at how my current quest system works. I'll be showing the quest panel UI and some of the code and the architecture behind it. This is empty, so we will have to grab a new one, and the accepted quest is now shown under the active quest list here on the quest panel. To test the quest out, to see how it works, I've created a test environment to speed up the progress. Quest progression updates as we kill more enemies, and when we have killed all 20, the quest is ready to turn in. Let's get back to the city hub and talk to Father Kale. The dialogue is updated based on current quest progression, and when the quest is completed, the quest is removed from the active quest list UI. By completing this quest, a slime tombstone appears, and it's just an example of how the city hub is evolving through quest completion and by recruiting new NPCs. Let's take a look at the code. I have a singleton named Quest Manager. The Quest Manager's main responsibility is to handle quest statuses and broadcast these as events, for example when a quest is accepted or completed. A NPC can then subscribe to the events, and by using an interface and hash set, it gives them control of which quests each NPC should act upon. Each NPC has a dialogue component, which handles how the text and UI is shown, and a more complex quest behavior component ensures that the correct text options, for example, and story is shown based on quest statuses. Okay, so the most important part of the quest manager are these action events: quest completed, accepted, status update, or quest failed. We also have these dictionaries here. So this is an example of what happens when the user or the player accepts a quest. And this is where we invoke the quest accepted action events. So we can look at the references here, and we can see that Kale, for example, subscribes here to all quest completed. He also has a hash set of the quest that is related to him. So let's see here. When we accept a quest, for example, this method runs using the quest name. So first he checks, is this quest part of my relevant quests, which is this one of these quests here in the hash set. And if it is, things happen here. We run this get quest requirement status. This quest, for example, is the one we did in the demo. It checks if the conditions or requirements are met, and if so, the method inside Quest Manager is run and changes status to ready to turn in from active, like so. Let's look at what happens when an enemy dies. So this is inside the enemy base script, which all enemies inherit from. on enemy death, a lot of things happen, but we are interested in this method, which is inside the game manager singleton. So we first add the killed green slimes to our bestiary, and then inside this method, get bestiary status, we check what the quest status is for this specific quest, calling the get quest status method inside the quest manager. This is a real nice method that just returns the status of the quest. So for example, if it's ready to turn in or completed, the value of this variable will change, and it checks here. So if the status is active and we have killed enough green slimes, we change the status of the quest to ready to turn in, which is another method inside the quest manager. And also here we, for example, then invoke the quest status update event, which Kale then also listens to just play the right animation and to update the visibility. Alright, so let's take a look at the quest panel, which is a very basic UI at the moment that can only list the active quests. We have this script here. As I said, it's a basic toggle refresh. It doesn't refresh automatically currently. If you have the UI up and kill a slime, for example, it won't show until you close and open it again. Here the color is based on the quest status of the quest that is shown. Again, here we use this method inside our singleton, which just returns the status of the quest, and just modulate it green or white, depending if it's ready to turn in or not. So pretty basic. So here we fetch the how many we have killed of each type. For example, if you have already killed 10 green slimes, in this case before taking the quest, 10 out of 20 will still be shown. You don't have to kill them all over again. So yeah, pretty basic and related to quest manager in many cases here. Here's an example how the quest panel looks when we have two quests active at the same time, and you can see here how the quest updates automatically when we pick up a quest item, for example, and turn it into boring to complete the quest. In this case, when you complete this quest, our blacksmith here is recruited. So when you go back to the city hub, he will have a place there where you can trade and smith and do other stuff depending on how far through the story you have come. Thank you guys for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more content.